Community Forum is sponsored by the Easton Grange 196 and a friend of Yardley Wood Rink and the Easton Lions Club.
There's a storm across the valley, the clouds are rolling in. The afternoon is heavy on your shoulders. There's a truck out on the 4-lane, a mile or more away. The whining of his wheels just makes it colder.
Welcome to Community Forum. I'm Pricilla Almquist-Olsen, your host. Today is May 15th, 2025. Isn't that amazing? And here for our show today, I am so pleased to announce one of my favorite friends groups, of which I am a member, and I'm sure many of you in the audience are members too, and that's Friends of the Ames Free Library. So welcome to Julie Gray, the current president, and former president, or should I say president emeritus, or emerita, Barbra Beech. Welcome to you both.
Hello. Thank you, Pricilla.
Thank you for coming. So tell me, how did all of this get started, Barbra? You're the historian here. And let us, how did it all happen that the Friends of the Ames Free Library came into existence?
Well, the current Friends group started in about 2008. And we, at that time, did not have a home. The library had rented what they called the Pink House across the street from the library. And on Saturdays, we were open for selling books. And then at the time that the library purchased Queeset House, we moved into a back room on the first floor and set up the library there. It took a couple of years to get everything organized. And then we officially had an opening in 2014.
Okay, but you started out in the early 2000s, is that correct?
About 2008, there had been a previous group that had disbanded for a couple of years. So the Friends group that we started was a continuation of that.
I see. Okay, so now you're a former librarian, so you fell into this position quite naturally. How did that happen?
Well, when I retired from the school system, after being a librarian at the old middle school and the former junior high for 31 years, I couldn't stay away from the books. So when I saw that they were going to be forming the Friends of the Library, I thought, well, this is perfect for me. So I went and joined, and the rest is, as they say, history.
And let's remind us that the middle school and the former junior high were the Easton public school system.
Yes.
So many of you viewers or your children probably recognize Barbra because she hasn't changed yet, although she says she has lost how many inches?
About 4 inches.
Well, you're beating me. I've lost 3. This is what happens when you shrink a bit. But Julie, you have been involved with the Friends for a number of years. Want to tell us about your history?
Yes, I am a former high school English teacher, so I couldn't stay away from the books either. I joined the Friends several years ago and worked as the volunteer coordinator and then kind of rose through the ranks on the board of directors. And I'm so pleased. It's such a wonderful little gem, we call it. It's just a feel-good place, and we offer the most wonderful collection of books, gently used for almost nothing. And we support all our proceeds go to support the library's needs above and beyond the budget.
Yes, but those, do you choose particular projects that the library needs fulfilling when you choose when you designate your funds?
Well, the library has a wish list, so we often pull items from that. But our major fundraiser actually coming up this Saturday is our Friends Bookshop sale, where our books are half price. And all of the proceeds from the biannual book sales, as well as the proceeds from our bookshop, go to concerts in Queesit Garden, go to, in July, we have Ted Reinstein coming from Chronicle, Channel 5 Chronicle, to do a book talk. So we sponsor various lectures, concerts, programming, everything that we can think of to help support the library and their needs above and beyond their regular budget. So we're very pleased to be able to do that with our group of wonderful volunteers.
Well, that sounds great. And you also purchased different items or equipment to facilitate the library's functions, right?
That's right. About a year ago or so, we funded new computers for the Media Lab. We bought 2 PCs and 2 Macs and kind of renovated the Media Lab. And there's also a couple of the Media Labs upstairs, podcasting lab. And we bought new lighting for the Queesit House and all kinds of items, whatever they need, lecterns, various summer reading program prizes for young kids we fund as well. And it's been a wonderful partnership with the library.
Yes, and it's amazing the breadth of projects and equipment that you purchase and facilitate so that we can all enjoy these programs.
Yes.
Do you feel that, Barbara, that this program, the Friends of the Ames Free Library, needs more publicity, that there are many residents in Easton who aren't aware of the Friends and the possibilities of any day going into that back room at Queesit House and looking at the books and purchasing them? I think they're $1 for hard books and 50 cents for paper. Is that correct?
Those are our sale prices. Yes, those will be our sale prices for Saturday. The hardcover are $2. The softcover are $1, which is such a bargain.
Yes.
And we have every kind of genre you can imagine. Fiction, mystery is a big seller. A large collection of nonfiction as well. Children's, we have an extensive children's section where parents can come in and get a few books for almost nothing. And also last year we had a teacher sale. So many of the school teachers came in and were able to fill their classrooms with some great titles, pristine books really, in very good shape. We only take almost new books into our volunteer system.
Yes, and I have dropped off books on a Saturday, and I met Barbara and Peter, what's his name?
Peter Martin.
Peter Martin.
Right.
And these are, they are freshening up these donated books and putting them in the proper place in the back room. And everything is labeled. So it's youth, children's, cooking, travel, nonfiction, fiction, mysteries. I mean, it's just endless and wonderfully organized. And one thing that I would recommend is bring your children, because they're the ones who are going to read the books or be read to, and they are the best persons to pick out the books they want. And that goes for teenagers too. So parents, bring your kids along. So what is the future? What do you have in mind for the future? Do you have a special vision, Barbara, that you would like to see? A wish list, maybe?
Well, for the future, I think it is important that we get more publicity, because people have mentioned that our bookshop is a hidden gem. And we have made and are making a big effort to put the news out that we have this wonderful asset at Queesit House. And it's just such a wonderful place. And the lifeblood of any organization is the volunteers. And the reason that that bookshop looks so great and so enticing is because we have volunteers who spend their extra time making it that way. And we really appreciate our volunteers.
Yeah, and so how does one volunteer, Julie?
We have a number of wonderful volunteers, some regular, some come once a month, some come just for book sales, so they can contact us through our email is amesfreefriends@gmail.com. We have a website connected to the main library, Ames Free Library, and people stop in all the time and just ask in person as well. So they can do an hour here or there, or they can be more involved. We have an active board of directors, and we're always willing and welcoming to any new voices to try to encourage increased membership and increased visitorship, because ultimately it benefits the library and also the Easton community as a whole. The concerts, there's a concert called Twang Town this summer, and it's open free to the public, and anyone from Easton and even outside of Easton can come along and just enjoy the beautiful gardens and beautiful library campus as a whole. So volunteers are more than welcome, and we encourage membership as well. If you become a member, we do offer free books. We have coupons that we give to our members, and they also have early entry into our book sale, our biannual book sale. So they get in early for the good finds.
And so is the Ames Free Library also promoting your exhibits and your wonderful back room of books? How are they promoting you?
They, whenever we have an activity or any kind of promo, we share that information with the Ames Free Library website, and they put that information there for people to access. But as Barbara was saying, we do want to increase our membership, and so many people come in and say, I had no idea Queesit was here, I had no idea the bookshop was here. And because it's such a wonderful place, I just want to share it with people. So advertising is something that we're looking to expand upon, and increasing membership too, word of mouth. This summer we hope to have maybe a little picnic, we're still organizing it, and invite area friends of the libraries from surrounding towns, and we'll exchange ideas and outreach and promos, and just trying to build a relationship around reading and literature and sharing of, that common thread of humanity that reading offers.
Very good. I'm wondering if, when the water bills are sent out or the real estate tax bills are sent out, if you couldn't ask the town to slip in one of your promotional pieces.
Great idea. I'll look into that. Yes.
Because then it would reach everyone.
Right.
And that's really what you want to do,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. A lot of people are not online necessarily to see our, a website or what have you. So we try to do a little bit of both, of hard copy and physical signs, as well as have an online presence. So a mixture of the two.
So do you have, now we see behind us your placard here, Friends of the Library, and is that sign inside the Ames Free Library also?
It is. That's a fairly new sign. We also have a banner that we post for various concerts, inviting people with a QR code, inviting people to join our ranks. We also have various postings around town at, Roach Brothers and the Y and all over town, trying to encourage people and just to let them know that we're there and we're available for whatever services people need that we can offer to them.
Yeah, now membership fees are pretty reasonable, aren't they?
They are. There are multiple levels, so you can find a level that works well for you and your budget, as low as $10, up to a benefactor level, which can be a couple $100. You also get free books and early access, as I mentioned a moment ago. And oftentimes, people will come in and buy, a book for a couple dollars or $1, and they'll slip a $5 bill in to our payment box. So people are generally very generous with all of that. We're actually trying to institute a Venmo program just to make payment a little bit easier for people as well.
Yeah. So the goal really is to reach everybody out there, and I'm sure you're going to come up with more creative ideas in order to do that.
Yes.
But how many members do you have right now?
We have about 65 members or so, and we're hoping to build that membership up. We have people who have moved out of town and still support us and fund our programming, which is wonderful. But we would like to get into the schools more for informational purposes and services too.
Well, that brings up another idea. In the schools, they're always sending home a piece of paper on something, and maybe they could integrate your pitch for the bookshop and maybe membership and so forth, letting people know that you're there and you're providing a very worthwhile service.
Right, right. We do have a partnership with the Shaw's grocery store, whereby if you purchase a grocery bag, a percentage of the proceed goes directly to the Friends and therefore directly to the Ames Free Library for purchases of whatever they're interested in.
Now, Barbara, how do people know? I mean, I'm sitting here, I didn't know that the Friends of the Library funds concerts. I mean, I just thought that you were funding items of, like equipment and that kind of thing. So this really broadens the scope of what the proceeds from your book sales provide the community, actually. So I think if people knew that the free concerts in Quisa Gardens during the summer are made available because of your group and the proceeds from the sales of books, it might change their opinion and might make more interest in joining. What do you think, Barbara?
Well, the aim of our group is to support the library. That's what we do. And not only in programs, but items that they need to purchase. So, the concerts are wonderful programs, and we have sponsored a number of them. And recently, and I believe it was Julie's idea, she had arranged to have a banner made that says, sponsored by the Friends of the Ames Free Library, that we put up at every concert so that people are aware that these are programs that we are paying for. And the library also now has signs and stickers that whenever we purchase something, they put that on there. For instance, we have bought cameras in the past, and they have this very wonderful thing in the library where they can loan out various items, everything from cameras to table saws to whatever you can think of.
Really?
People, right. So people, if they say they're doing a home repair project, they don't have to go out and purchase an expensive item that they're going to use once. They can check the library and see if they can borrow it from the library. So we have those signs that take note. One time we bought a sewing machine for the Sewing Machine Club, and also one that can be loaned out to people. So I think it's a wonderful thing. It covers a lot of bases. It's not just one type of item. Whatever the library staff feels that they would like to have, we are willing to help them obtain it.
Oh boy, an electric saw. Oh my gosh. Are there plumbing supplies too?
Not yet.
Not yet.
So where does one find a list of these items that one can borrow?
I think they call it the Library of Things, and on the library's website they have a list of various items that they keep.
Okay.
And it's often rotating too, so they don't have everything that you may need, but they do have some items that are very handy.
Okay, so Library of Things. Look on the Ames Free Library website. Now, speaking of websites, what's the Friends website, Julie?
We have the amesfreelibrary.org/friends, and that brings you to our webpage with all kinds of information on our nonprofit status, on our volunteer program, on our membership. We have a wonderful newsletter, a quarterly newsletter that one of our board members, Sylvia Rodrigue, puts it together, and it's a collection of information, photographs, links, ideas, upcoming events that the Friends will be putting on, as well as the main library. So if people want to check that out, feel free. We also have a QR code on a lot of our signs that people can click on and go right to the Ames Free Library. There's a link there that will get you to the Friends.
Mm-hmm. So if you're going to pitch to the residents of Easton, Barbara, why they should join and become part of this effort and adventure, what would you say?
Well, as you know, I have been a very big supporter of the library for years and years, and it just is such a wonderful resource. It's not just books. There's all kinds of activities that go on in the library, some of which we sponsor. And but we do feel that we need to get the word out. And like Julie says, the newsletter is a very good way to do that. When that comes out, it has all kinds of information, as she said, about programs, and also whatever we've purchased or supported for the library during that time period is mentioned in the newsletter. But places say, like, this program that we're doing now is a wonderful way to acquaint people with it. And we put signs up all over town when we're having the book sales, and that's a good way to get people to know about the library and the book room. So I think, you know, we word of mouth is really important, but there is Facebook, and a lot of people are really into Facebook, and so we have a publicity person, Michelle, who I think you know from here. She has done quite a lot of work with the Facebook, so we're working on that.
What is your Facebook page, Julie?
You can find it through the Friends website. I don't have the exact address right here, but the Ames Free Friends is a link that will get you there.
Okay, so Ames Free Friends.
Ames Free Friends at gmail.com is our website, as our is our email, and then the website link is on the main library site.
Okay, on the main library site, so we have to go there. So I imagine the director, Liam, right?
Ian.
Oh, I mean Ian.
Ian.
Yeah, Ian. Is especially happy to have you as supporters of the programs, many of which he initiates.
Yes, I know that they appreciate some of the work that we've done and the fundraising and some of the items. We used to use the main library, the presentation commons, for our meetings, but during the wintertime it was very dark in there. So we purchased some period appropriate lighting for not just for our own use, but of course for various programming and services and meetings and book clubs and all kinds of events that are held there. And so we work with Ian, we work with Jess Block to facilitate some of these items that the library is happy to receive. And they work very well with us. Marina does some of our programming, advertising, and they've all been wonderful. And in funding, for example, the summer reading rewards program is very popular too.
So for the volunteers, Barbara,
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about, do you have some experiences with volunteers and how they have enjoyed contributing? Do you have any little stories you could share?
Yes, we have had some wonderful volunteers. We have people who just come in and ask, how can we help you? And as Julie has mentioned, we have a form for them to fill out, and then our volunteer coordinator calls them. And they really get interested, and they give us ideas and suggestions in addition to doing a lot of work. And it really is, as we say about volunteers, they're just wonderful people because they give of themselves and their time, and we appreciate it. It's really, trying to think of some, of the names. Over the years, they have come and gone because they've moved or they've moved on. But we really wouldn't be able to do everything we do without our wonderful volunteers, and especially when we're doing the book sales. Now, as Julie could tell you, on Friday afternoon they'll be setting up, so that's when some of the volunteers come, and they help bring the books. When we put them in various places at ECAT House because it gives people more room to look. Like the dining room will be full of interesting books, and they're all noted what type they are. And the volunteers, do all that and then help restore everything back to what it was after the sale. So volunteers, like I've said, are the lifeblood of any organization. So, and we appreciate the fact that the library, I think it's every 2 years, they have a dinner to honor their volunteers, and they include ours because we work together with the library. And when we have our monthly meetings, there is a person, Mary, who's a library liaison. So when she comes to the meetings, we always check with her and say, what items do you wish us to get or purchase for the library? And she mentions that the library does on their website have a wish list. So even if anybody wanted to contribute to that, I'm sure they'd be happy to get the contributions.
Okay, so we look up wish lists on the Ames Free Library website.
Right.
So, and things to, what's the other thing?
Library of Things.
A library things is the
the
other
library
one.
of things.
And the library staff will certainly guide you and help you find what they have available.
Well, one thing that's so amazing, we have about 2 minutes left, is the fact that your bookshop, which you go into ECAT House and you literally walk through the main hall to the very, very back, and you'll find this room chock full of wonderful books, but there's nobody there. It's all on the honor system. The honor system. So you have this box with a slot in it that you can put your money in, and you just take the, or put your free coupon if you're a member like me, or a donation in addition to the book purchase. And I must say, the collection is wonderful. I especially like Scandinavian murder mysteries. And there are Norwegian writers, Swedish writers, Icelandic writers, and I can always find a book there. And anyway, and those are really wonderful books. They're like brand new. That's the amazing thing. Nothing is crumbled up or dirty or anything. It's just like being in a bookstore.
And the donations, I want to get this in. We take Saturdays 1 to 5, and we go through the collection that people bring in to make sure that our quality is top notch.
Do you remember, Pricilla, at one time when we were going through the donations, I saw a book that was completely written in Swedish?
No.
And I said, I know who would like that book. And this is what our volunteers do. They pretty much get to know what people like, and they watch out for things that. So I remember contacting you, and you came and you said, "Oh, I love this book."
Thank you.
So we try to do personalization.
Okay, I'm going to have to stop you there. We have 3 seconds. Thank you both, Julie Gray, Barbara Beech, for being our guest today.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank
Come
you for
visit.
having us.
Until next time, be well.
Community Forum is sponsored by the Easton Grange 196 and a friend of Yardley Wood Rink and the Easton Lions Club.